Guys, welcome back to DeFi, Degens, Drip, and Farm for Poverty, where on this channel, our vision is to empower the impoverished by helping you find financial freedom through crypto assets. Please subscribe and leave a comment and a thumbs up. Hey guys, welcome back to DeFi, Degens, Drip, and Farm for Poverty. Coach Drip, Drip Coach, and now our team captain, Drip. Drip team captain. There we go.
Yeah, not yet. Maybe in a few months.
That's her role in our wellness and fitness. I'm the coach, she's the team captain. So now that you guys have dubbed me Drip Coach or Coach Drip, I'm not actually sure what it is.
I think that you said Drip Coach.
Drip Coach. I think.
Not that I really know.
Yeah, I changed my name to Drip Coach. Anyway, coaching again. Hopefully, you guys saw the previous episodes where we had Hannah here asking about Drip, and I decided to see if throwing a whiteboard in and the visuals would make this make more sense for literally a brand new person as we have here. So if you guys didn't watch the last few videos, we're gonna recap, and I put those up there with my chicken scratch.
And of course, watch the video.
Yep.
He needs the view.
I do, but I put my chicken scratch up there. It says, what is Drip, why would you buy it, and what are the risks involved? So these were actually questions that Hannah asked and that were addressed, and we haven't talked about it since, so we're gonna use this opportunity here to discuss it again and recap on those three, and then see where the natural progression takes the interaction and discussion between a dripper and a non-dripper. So, remind the viewers, what is Drip?
Oh jeez, I feel like in school now. When was the last video? It's been a while, but so Drip is kind of like a cryptocurrency. So there's tokens, and there's also a smart contract where you can kind of give in Drip. No, you can give money in, and then it compounds. Something like that. It's like a vending machine. I think that's what you said last time. Yeah, and then there's a third thing that you said that's not important. So we didn't go into that.
All right. So
did I pass the test?
Not bad for someone who's definitely not in it, like some of you watching are, or like us who make content. Literally, that's why I want to do this, make it organic as possible, because you guys know, the ones that have been in Drip for a while, when you explain to somebody, you get lost in all the stuff that you've been doing for the last like months and months. It's like if she started explaining something to me in German, that's her native tongue, and if I knew even a little bit of German, I'd be lost. Like, she would just go off and it'd be very easy because she's been speaking it her whole life. And crypto is very much the same way. Once you've been diving into it, you start to speak it and forget that not everybody speaks that language. So that's why I wanted to have this organic conversation. So she did get that right. Drip is a cryptocurrency. You said like a cryptocurrency. It is a cryptocurrency.
Yeah, I wasn't 100% sure anymore. So.
And then you mentioned the vending machine, which is the smart contract portion that I mentioned. So the way that a lot of cryptocurrencies are created now is from a smart contract. So that's the vending machine analogy. Somebody writes the code, and the code just executes. As long as there's electricity running, it will always do whatever it was programmed to do. That was the vending machine. You put A1, you will always get something out, period.com. And that's every cryptocurrency now. It just runs that contract. Some are mined and minted, but that's another thing. But Drip is definitely in that regard. And then you mentioned, did you mention 1%? You said something about getting money back?
I said compounding. So you put money in, and yes, there's like a 1%. I just always hear this from you.
Yes.
This is like 1% per day.
Right.
Compounding.
Yes. So compounding, as attributed to Einstein, is the 8th wonder of the world. Those who learn to wield it, live by it, and those who don't are a slave to it, something like that. But basically with Drip, in the Faucet, which is another contract, if we click here, she's never really actually been to this website, but just going to show it on the screen.
I've seen it a couple of times.
Yeah, I've seen it on my screen.
I've seen this as well.
Yep. This is what the compounding refers to. So what she was talking about is if you buy this Drip token, you can then go to this webpage, which is essentially a smart contract, and you can deposit your Drip tokens into that contract. So that would be like the vending machine. You've got these items that the vending machine gave you, and you go, hey machine, I'm gonna put them in, and I want you to give me 1% of them back every day, up to 365%. So the machine gave you a certain amount, and you're like, I believe you're gonna do more nice things in the future, vending machine. I'm gonna give you my tokens and loan them to you.
That's exactly what I think about.
And you're going to give me 1% of them every day. And that 1% a day I get, I could take it and I could eat those goods if they were actually vending machine foods, or I could put them back in the vending machine. That's where the compound daily. Yeah. So if you took them out every day, you would have the 365%. Doesn't show up here if I'm not connected, but you would get that out, and at 365%, you're done. But if you put them back, then it starts over. So if I add it today, then that adds a day on, right? So it just continues for every day that you add, basically, until there's a maximum that you can actually get. So that's how it kind of stabilizes itself. Because if everybody could keep doing it forever and ever, we'd eventually run out. Hello, Nidra. Are you going to tell people about Drip? You probably can't see her, but Nidra's here. So back to you. So did that answer your questions? Or refresh your memory, I should say? You didn't really have a question you were stating.
Yeah, I just tried to answer your question.
Yep. So why would you buy it? That was a question you asked before. Why would you buy it? Drip.
Me personally?
Yeah, a brand new person to Drip.
Well, generally I would say that people buy it because it's promising and hopefully they've done their research that it's also not a scam or some bullshit or actually can yield result. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to sum that up as potential.
I haven't done my research, so I wouldn't buy it.
No, but based on what I've told you, and you're like, what is this? Okay, well, the question would be, why would somebody buy it? And it's, 100% for potential profit. That's why anybody invests in anything. In traditional market, you invest in a company or a commodity because you're trying to make money on it. You don't need barrels of oil. You're hoping oil goes up and you can sell that oil to somebody else who actually needs it, and then you make money on it. Same thing with stocks. So crypto is no different. Someone creates this contract and you're hoping that it will go up and you will make profit on it. The cool thing about our project is all of the utility and use cases we mentioned in the other video that are being added to it. So lastly, you asked, because we talked about the 1% per day, you said, what are the risks involved? You remember what your answer was? What my answer was, and then what you said? Or what do you recall of risk, I should say?
No, I don't remember totally your answer.
Oh, okay.
So you can just...
So the risk involved with any investment is that it can go up or down. And Drip is a volatile crypto token. So the value that you would see here in USDT is dictated by supply and demand like everything else. So one day it could be worth $160, another day it could be worth $5. And you're still gonna get your Drip tokens because the contract said so. So every day you're paid out. That's the cool thing. You're guaranteed to get those tokens no matter what. The price or value of those tokens is dictated on supply and demand economics from the community. Just like anything else. We trade, like we said, Pokemon cards. Those are only worth something to the people that buy and sell them. Outside of that community, they're not worth anything. So outside of Drip, it's not worth anything until additional utility is added, which is what the community is doing. So, like you guys follow me, I can now add personal training services to people who purchase Drip and join my team. There's the NFT project. There's the pigs you asked about on the farm. So there's other utility being brought in. There's me incentivizing you guys in the scavenger hunt to watch my content and get airdropped Drip, right? So this is adding utility in the real world. Speaking of the scavenger hunt, we're gonna do something brand new. I'm gonna ask Hannah to give me a random word. I'm gonna throw it up here on the board. That is gonna be word number 4, I believe, for this week. And I'm gonna erase it. So any of you guys that follow along this long will have that word. Any of you that disappear, you can't win. So give me a random word, something simple in English that I can use. I usually use a random word generator, but you can just give me a word.
Well, pay attention. Fitness.
So word number 4, I'm gonna leave it here temporarily, is fitness. Actually, I don't have anything to wipe that off with. I just got rid of my towel. So for those of you watching, fitness, F-I-T-N-E-S-S, fitness. There we go. So the others, if you didn't watch, you tried to skip along, you won't see that. All right, that was today's scavenger hunt word. Secrets. All right, back to this. So now that you have this refresher, what questions do you have for a brand new dripper?
Well, there was just one coming up when you explained about this payout thing, and so you get tokens paid back or something like that, but then so explain how does that change with the value of the token, because you said something like it's guaranteed to be paid out back, but does that mean you have already set a certain price in the smart contract, or is it actually a token and the value of the token is fluctuating?
Bingo, the last one. So the contract is just giving you the token itself. So we have here, normally you would see your deposits. We'll use this. Oh, that makes it kind of cool. So you could have a deposit of 100 drip tokens, and it will show up here as deposits. Every day, the contract's going to give you 1% of that. Literally seconds. Like every second that passes by, up to 24 total hours, you're getting paid out up to 1%. So 24 hours later, that will finally be over here. It'll say 1 drip token because you've gotten available 1 drip from 100. Make sense? 1% of 100, right? So right now, this has the value or the price, or you exchanging it for actual fitness gear, exercise, food, nutrition supplements, isn't realized yet. You just had 100 drip tokens and you got an extra 1 drip token. When you go to the market and exchange it for actual USD value, that's where the price and the value you mentioned is dictated. So when you went to sleep, it could have been worth $1 per drip token. When you woke up, it could be worth $100 per drip token. You made a lot of money, or it could be less.
Okay, so basically I should only, so it keeps compounding and I just leave it in there. That would be the best version until it's a high price, and only then I like make it into money.
That is definitely one way to look at it. That's the cool thing about this system. Everybody has a different way to play their strategy. Some people do exactly what you said, where they'll compound all the way until you get this max payout of 100,000 drip tokens. Once you hit that, you don't get any more. So then the contract, ever from that wallet, from what you started with. So from there, you're now only able to claim. So you'll have stuff show up here, but you can't put it back into the deposits. So then people pull out. They're like, it doesn't matter what the price is at that stage, because usually compound interest outweighed whatever price they got into it at, because they compounded over a year or 2 years, depending on how long it would take. So even if the price dropped from what you got in, by the time you hit this number, no matter what you're getting out here is usually, so far it's only been 15 months, is enough to offset whatever you purchased at.
Okay, so maybe that's a bit advanced now, but like how exactly does the compounding play into that? Because I thought the compounding is the amount, like basically reflects in the amount of available tokens, but the value of each token is determined by the market.
Yes.
Right? So how does the compounding play into the value of the token that you just mentioned?
How does the compound play into the value of the token? So you got to separate the price value from the actual token itself, because those are 2 technically different things. So yes, you bought it, but you don't know what the value is going to be until you exchange it. So this metric in here allows for sustainability of the contract, because it's only looking at the drip token deposits, what you're paid out per day, 1%, and then up to a maximum of 100,000 drip tokens. Not dollars, not cents, not yen, not euro. 100,000 drip tokens is all one wallet can get. So once you've reached that, then that wallet is done. And whatever you've claimed out from here, or exchanged, or just left here, will be predicated on each day that you sell. So we don't know what that price or value would be into the future, wherever we launched at like $2, it shot all the way up to almost 200, and now it's at like 8. So it can be anywhere between there, or even higher or lower.
Yeah, because you just mentioned something with like it doesn't matter, because by now the compounding basically should have kind of offset everything. But let's just say that you bought it at, I don't know, the price was $5, and now when you want to take it out, the price is $2. Like how does the compounding thing that I don't get?
Just a quick message. Please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. That does help the channel as well as help bring brand awareness to all Forex Shark related projects. Thanks.
What we have here is a compound daily interest calculator, right? So what I show is this 1% per day and this $5 that you talked about. Let's just use this as one actually, because that's much easier. To say you purchased one drip token. That's easier math to wrap your head around. So what would happen is each day, this is the amount of drip tokens you would be earning. You earn 0.1, or month, sorry, 0.1 drip tokens, 0.35 drip tokens, and then it compounds, right? So by the end of a year, you have 36.78 drip tokens. Does that make sense so far? You started with 1, and the compound interest is 3,678%. That's just math, I can't change that. So if the one token you bought was equal to, you said $5, well now, if that thing drops to even 50 cents, you have $18, right? Because you have 36.78 drip tokens. So even if it dropped 90% because of compound interest, each token is worth 50 cents. So 50 cents times 36.78 drip tokens is $18, right? If it dropped to 0.1, you now have $3.
Oh, it's because you have more tokens.
Correct. That's the power of compound.
And that's where I kind of stumbled over, because if the next payout is always 100,000, so you can't go higher than that.
Right.
But you mean like I didn't purchase 100,000?
Right. You compounded into that. Just like this, you purchased 1 and you now have 36.78. So if you ran this out to 3 years, actually maybe 5, I have no idea how long it would take to get to 100,000. But it's not gonna happen overnight. But the more you get, the lower it can go, and you still make your money back. It's always gonna be worth something, because that's what the market demand does. Could you lose money? Yes. In any investment, you can always lose money.
Yeah.
So that's what makes this unique, because it does this, and it's been doing it sustainably for almost 16 months now.
Okay. Yeah, that explains it better.
Cool. Then we're gonna cut it there. I think that's a long enough video. So we covered the risk, and now we learned into some of the mathematical benefits of why people get into this in the first place. And this is the big reason. This is it. Compound interest. Your bank will not give you this. You're not going to find this anywhere. This is what DeFi is all about. These astronomical percentage rates. You're like,
currently, right?
That's going to always be DeFi.
Huh?
Decentralized finance is going to always outpace traditional finance.
Yeah, but not in those.
It can, because remember, this is in a token. So it's not in USD, it's not in Euro, it's not in whatever. So it can be whatever we want. I've had numbers that I can't even pronounce that I had to put into Google, because they were so damn long in some of the projects that I got into, because it was just astronomically numbers. And it can do that for a little while until it can't.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's not always going to be like that.
No. Well, this contract will always be like this. That's the beauty of Drip. It's baked in, hard-coded, submitted, done. It's going to always pay you 1% per day, and if you compound every day, you're going to get this amount at the end of the year. And if you compound longer, it'll be more than this. And you'll always get that, and the contract can always pay.
So then the risk is basically, well, like not necessarily getting in, but the value of the token.
Correct.
Because then, like, because like this, it all sounds really amazing.
Yep.
But there's always a downside.
Correct.
So then it's the value of the token itself.
Right, 100%. And you can think of that the same way as traditional finance. Like a lot of the big companies went bankrupt or near bankrupt. Amazon lost 95% of their value in their stock. If anybody had said Amazon's done and got out when that happened, they would have made the worst trade in their life, because now Amazon's doing perfectly fine. But at that point, they were just tanking, and it's like there's no way they can recover. And he did. So this could be the same thing. Any crypto token could be the same thing. It could be falling off a cliff, and something could happen to make it have more utility, more people join in, more people want it, they start whatever, and then it shoots back up. So yeah, the value of when you decide to get out is going to be predicated on what's happening in the market, and it could be a good time, could be a bad time.
All right.
Cool. Hope you guys learned something, and hope you got the scavenger hunt phrase. If not, rewind the video.
Pay attention.
And then you can get it. So that's it for this one. So as always, like and subscribe. We're pushing to 3K subscribers. That's the new goal. Always moving the goalposts. And until next time, live daily and achieve your impossible.